Greetings, my fellow seekers of knowledge, and welcome to another enthralling episode of the Clockwork Eye. Today, we embark on a captivating journey into the realm of cognitive biases and decision-making as we explore the intriguing phenomenon known as the gambler's fallacy. Join me as we question the philosophical, psychological, and sociological underpinnings of this pervasive mental trap and uncover the hidden forces that shape our beliefs about chance, probability, and the nature of randomness itself. At its core, the gambler's fallacy is a cognitive bias that leads us to believe that past events can influence future outcomes in situations governed purely by chance. As the renowned psychologist Daniel Kahneman explains in his seminal work, Thinking, Fast and Slow, the gambler's fallacy is the belief that the fairness of the coin entitles you to expect that deviation in one direction will be cancelled out by a corresponding deviation in the other. In other words, if a coin has come up heads several times in a row, we may erroneously believe that tails are due on the next flip, as if the coin has a memory and a sense of fairness. This fallacious belief has been a subject of fascination for philosophers and mathematicians for centuries. In his groundbreaking work, The Mathematical Analysis of Logic, the renowned logician George Boole grappled with the gambler's fallacy, noting that the mind is often led to expect that what has happened several times will happen again, or that what has not happened for a long time is unlikely to happen at all. This observation highlights the deep-seated human tendency to seek patterns and meaning in the face of randomness, even when no such patterns exist. From a psychological perspective, the gambler's fallacy can be understood as a manifestation of our innate desire for control and predictability in an uncertain world. As the eminent psychologist Ellen Langer demonstrates in her research on the illusion of control, humans have a powerful need to believe that they can influence outcomes, even in situations where their actions have no bearing on the result. This illusion can lead us to engage in superstitious behaviors, such as blowing on dice before rolling them or wearing lucky clothing, in a misguided attempt to sway the odds in our favor. The gambler's fallacy also has deep roots in our cognitive architecture, particularly in the way our brains process probability and randomness. As the cognitive scientists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman famously demonstrated in their research on heuristics and biases, humans are notoriously poor at intuiting probabilities and often rely on mental shortcuts that lead to systematic errors in judgment. One such shortcut is the representativeness heuristic, which leads us to expect small samples to be representative of the larger population from which they are drawn. Thus, if we observe a streak of heads in a coin flip, we may mistakenly believe that the coin is biased, rather than recognizing that such streaks are entirely compatible with the laws of chance. From a sociological perspective, the gambler's fallacy can be seen as a reflection of the broader cultural narratives and beliefs that shape our understanding of luck, fate, and the workings of the universe. In his classic study, The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism, the sociologist Max Weber argues that the rise of capitalism was intimately tied to a belief in the power of individual agency and the idea that success is a sign of divine favor. This worldview, which emphasizes personal responsibility and the ability to shape one's own destiny, may contribute to the persistence of the gambler's fallacy by fostering a belief in the controllability of chance events. Moreover, the gambler's fallacy is not merely an abstract cognitive quirk but a phenomenon with real-world consequences that can shape the lives of individuals and communities. As the sociologist Gerda Reith explores in her book, The Age of Chance, Gambling in Western Culture, the rise of commercial gambling in the 20th century has been fueled, in part, by the exploitation of cognitive biases such as the gambler's fallacy. By designing games and marketing strategies that play on our intuitive misunderstandings of probability, the gambling industry has created a powerful engine of addiction and financial ruin, particularly among vulnerable populations. But the impact of the gambler's fallacy extends far beyond the casino floor. In the realm of finance, for example, the belief that past performance is indicative of future results can lead investors to make irrational decisions based on the hot hand fallacy, as the economist Andrew Lo explores in his book, Adaptive Markets, Financial Evolution at the Speed of Thought. This fallacy, which is closely related to the gambler's fallacy, can fuel speculative bubbles and contribute to market instability, as investors chase past returns without regard for underlying fundamentals. In the face of these sobering realities, it is clear that understanding and overcoming the gambler's fallacy is not merely an academic exercise but a matter of pressing practical importance. As the statistician Nassim Nicholas Taleb argues in his book, Fooled by Randomness, the key to navigating a world governed by chance is to cultivate a deep appreciation for the limits of our knowledge and the inherent unpredictability of complex systems. By embracing uncertainty and adopting a probabilistic mindset, we can learn to make more rational decisions and avoid the pitfalls of cognitive bias. But this is easier said than done, for the gambler's fallacy is a deeply ingrained feature of our mental landscape, shaped by evolution, culture, and the very architecture of our brains. As the philosopher Blaise Pascal observed in his Pensées, we are all under the same mental calamity. We have all forgotten our title to be called rational beings, because we have neglected the high duties that reason and religion require from us. To truly overcome the gambler's fallacy, then, we must engage in a profound project of self-reflection and intellectual humility, recognizing the limits of our intuition and the need for rigorous, evidence-based reasoning. So, my dear Clockwork Eye viewers, I invite you to join me in this ongoing quest for self-knowledge and rational decision-making. Share your own experiences with the gambler's fallacy in the comments below, and let us explore together the strategies and practices that can help us navigate the uncertain waters of chance and probability. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Clockwork Eye for more mind-expanding journeys into the frontiers of human cognition and behavior. And remember, in the words of the great mathematician Pierre-Simon Laplace, it is remarkable that a science which began with the consideration of games of chance should have become the most important object of human knowledge. Let us embrace that science, and the profound insights it offers into the workings of our own minds. Until next time, my fellow explorers of the mysteries of the human experience, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep striving for a clearer vision of the world as it truly is. This is your friend Frank, the Clockwork Eye, signing off.